Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 1v1 match against Giuliano. I'm playing as the Soviets on the map Super Bridgehead. And what I'm going to do in this match, I've decided, is I'm going to go for the all MCV build, which means I'm going to build about 5 MCVs early on before I'm building any tanks. And I'm just going to obviously get those scouts out there immediately. We were in random positions, so I don't know how far he is located away from me. Obviously, if he was located right next to me, the multi-MCV build would probably be a pretty bad idea, but I don't think it's usually when you have just 2 players on a map, usually you don't spawn next to each other. And I'm just going to have to make sure that I arrange my scouts sensibly, so that he can't get into my base. Because the last thing you want to happen if you're building multiple MCVs is for your opponent to see that, because that gives them the green light to attack you and attack you early on if they know that you're doing that sort of build. One thing that's going to be really important is you can see I've built that extra ore silo, because I am going to go and try and micro my ore trucks a little bit at the start just to collect more gems, because one thing the multi-MCV build is heavy on is expenses, as in ore. And obviously those gems give you a lot more ore than the actual yellow stuff does. And the first thing I'm going to do when I build my war factory is I'm going to build an ore truck to improve my economy. And once that ore truck's built, that's going to be about the time when I'm getting my service depot down. And that service depot is what allows me to build multiple MCVs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it and I'm going to actually just sell it. And the reason I sell it is because it takes a lot of power. And what I'd rather do is get that extra war factory, that second war factory out, rather than having to build more power plants to sustain that service depot. Because my second war factory has already been delayed. And I don't want to delay it any further. That second war factory not only is going to increase my tank building speed, it's also going to increase the rate at which I build MCVs. So it's very important to get that out as fast as possible. And what you'll see me do there is I paused the building of the MCV and started it again. Well, I didn't start it from the beginning, I just paused and restarted the building. And the reason is when you get a second war factory, is it increases your building speed, but it doesn't take effect immediately. It only takes effect when you get into the next unit, or if you want it to take effect on the current unit, then you pause it and start it again. And it's the same with when you're building buildings and you get an extra construction yard. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but you pause it and then start it again, building again, and then it'll build at the faster rate. And you can see it's going to be really important that I get some ore refineries. I know my ore doesn't look too bad at the moment, but it will start to, because as you build more construction yards, you start building things faster and that consumes more ore. So you can see I'm just getting a couple of ore refineries up there at the moment, and I'm going to be getting that third war factory down. And you can see Giuliano's coming in with an early attack with light tanks. And this is quite bad for me at the moment because I don't have anything to defend at all. I think that's an MCV that's just come out there. And yeah, I literally have no tanks at all. So I'm going to cancel that last MCV. I'm going to get a Tesla coil down. Now Tesla coils do good damage. And you'll notice I've placed it a little bit back because I don't want them to be able to destroy it straight away. I think it can do more damage from the position it's in now. And now it's starting to get to work. And light tanks are very weak against Tesla coils. And what's happening is they're destroying that, but I've got another Tesla coil building, which is going to do a lot of damage as well. And it looks like I'm going to be able to defend against this. And I've still got 2 war factories. I've still got 2 construction yards. So I think I'm in an okay position actually at the moment. Because since I've got 2 construction yards, I can still build buildings faster. I can still build them at double speed. And I really doubt my enemy's gone for 2 construction yards. And I've still got my economy perfectly intact. So now I've got my radar dome so I can see what's going on. And I think, yeah, I'm building tanks now. So I think all's good. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to just be building some more ore refineries up at the top, because if one thing you'll notice is my ore is very, very low at the moment. And I am struggling in that department. Now what Giuliano should have done is he'd done the right thing. He attacked early on. He had a good number of tanks. I had 0 tanks. And what he could have done quite easily is he could have gone for the ore patches and gone for the ore trucks. Because as I say, one thing it's very demanded on is the multi-MCV build is ore. Because you can build buildings really fast, which is great. But you still need the ore to build them. And if he'd gone for my ore patches, instead of going for those construction yards as soon as he saw I'd done the multi-MCV build, he would have been able to limit my ore. And I wouldn't have enough ore to build the tanks I needed to defend against him. Or to build the Tesla coils around the ore patches. So I think he made a little bit of a mistake there. Because he did lose all his tanks. And then I was able to build up. And you can see I've got a good number of ore refineries now. And my economy is going to be very, very strong. And I'm building that 3rd war factory. I should have probably built it a little bit earlier than I did. But you can see what I've done is I've moved my tanks right to near Giuliano's base, just to put that pressure on and just say I'm here, and just stop him attacking my base. And I'm even going to go for that 4th war factory, so my building speed on tanks is going to be very, very fast. Now it's quite a hard position I'm in at the moment to attack his base, because you can see he's doing exactly the right thing. He's placing his tanks at the other side of that gap. And that just makes it really, really hard to get through. And you can see, I think he's bringing a few tanks there just to sort of do a sneaky attack. But because I've got these extra MCV, I'll be able to just build a Tesla coil at the other side of that gap. Because one thing this map is good for is it's good for defences. And I'm just holding a few tanks back and just sending them to the other part where he can get in. Yeah, and he's got a light tank there. You can see it just gets absolutely wrecked by that Tesla coil. And that medium tank's got a lot less health, and he's immediately going for the other gap. But I've got enough tanks here to defend against him, because he doesn't really he only has 3. And I mean, as soon as I get a couple of Tesla coils around, it's just going to end that attack. And you can see that's not amounted to much. And now I'm just getting the power down. The power plant's down, just make sure I have enough power. As you can see, I've got a lot of green at the moment. And I'm just trying to go through this, but it's not working out too well for me. Because you can see, as soon as I try and push through, because I can only get a few tanks in at a time, he just manages to surround me and destroy my tanks. So you can see I'm going to have to pull back from this. And what I'm doing now is I'm building a couple of MCVs. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my MCVs to that gap. Because I know if I put Tesla coils at the other side of that gap, it's going to make it impossible for him to defend it. And I've got another MCV which I'm going to just take up to the top. Because what I'm going to do with that one is I'm going to put it next to one of the ore patches, so I can start expanding to new ore patches. Because I don't think the ones I've got around my bases is going to last too long, because I do have a lot of ore refineries. And you can see he's taking a few tanks out, but yeah, bad idea really. You can see the number of tanks I've got there, and as soon as he sees that construction yard, it's going to be really a good game. You can see I'm just building that one there. That also having an extra construction yard is going to increase my building speed. And yeah, he's seen it, and that's good game. As I say, I think he would have done a lot better if he'd gone for those ore refineries early on, rather than trying to destroy those construction yards. Because I had 2 left. I had 2 war factories left, so I was able to build tanks. It put me in I was still in a decent position. And you can see now with those Tesla coils there, he's not able to guard the gap closely. And I'm able to push him right back, and he's just selling up now. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.